Welcome, everyone, to another edition of About the Town. I'm Craig Coughlin, your host. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you. With me today are two great guys. Pat Trombetta and Frank St. Marie are the driving force behind the Woodbridge effort to have the Senior Olympics right here in our township, and they've been doing it now for, this will be the seventh year, right? Seventh year, guys. Frank, we'll start with you. How did it get started?
Well, it started 6 years ago. We spoke to the mayor, and it just got the ball was rolling as it went along, and it got better and better, more successful every year that we got into it, and more sponsors and more participants throughout the state. It worked very well for us, and the cooperation with the township.
Now, before Woodbridge got involved, before you undertook the effort to bring it here to Woodbridge, first of all, what made you decide to bring it? It was at some other location, right? They had rotated. They used to rotate locations, right?
Yeah, they rotated. They had it in Fort Monmouth. They had it in Atlantic City, but the cooperation there wasn't as well as he's getting in Woodbridge.
He is Mike Gamella.
Yeah, Mike Garamella, who's the director of the New Jersey Senior Olympics, and he's been doing it, I think, something like the past 27 years. And well, as we spoke to him, he saw the facilities. He came down here. He saw our facilities, and he said, "This is wonderful." He said, "It's all within the township, almost within a mile, all the venues." And he said, "This is great." He said, "Let's give it a try." And that's what we did between Pat, myself, and Chester. We got together. We talked to him. We got all the details we needed. We approached the mayor. And the mayor said, "Hey, guys, just keep me informed. Sounds like a good thing for Woodbridge. Let's do it." And we took it from there. And
now, Pat, had you, and you mentioned Chester Canal, one of your, the third member of this triumvirate that really brought this to here, who sadly passed away just about a year ago.
About
right?
a year ago, correct? That's right. Yes.
And so you miss him, I'm sure. And
Sure.
He was a terrific softball player, if I recall.
Absolutely.
Right?
Great softball player.
And a great guy. Had you competed in the Senior Olympics? Is that how you knew about them?
No.
Oh, okay. You
just picked it up. Chester used to compete in it with softball.
Okay.
He brought it to Frank's and I attention, and he said, "Gee," he says, "you guys want to be a part of it and all that?" And Frank and I were thinking about it, and he said, "Gee," I said, why not bring it to Woodbridge?"
Right.
And that's when we met Mike Garamella, the director of the Senior Olympics. We gave him the idea of it, and here we are, 7 years now.
And it's probably not officially the permanent home, but it's darn close, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about some of the venues, and then we'll talk about the athletes, and we'll talk about the events. But let's talk about the venues first, because Frank, you had mentioned right at the outset that when Mike came down to take a look at it, he was impressed by the facilities that we had and the proximity of them to one another, which really makes it convenient for the athletes. So talk about some of the venues, Pat.
Yeah, what we got this year, and unfortunately we couldn't bring it to Woodbridge this year, was archery.
Oh, yeah.
That's still being done in Brookdale Park in Bloomfield, New Jersey. But we're going to try to get it back next year. What we want to do...
What do you need for that?
Probably a lot of room, probably not 100 yards of land, open land.
There can't be anybody walking in between, right?
Right. And so we want to do it the right way. We don't want to just bring it back for 1 day or 2 days for the Olympics.
Right.
We want to make it an archery site where they can use it all year round. So I think that will come next year. Basketball, foul shooting, and accuracy shooting right at the community center.
Of course. That's really the hub, right? The community center is the hub of activity.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Basketball 3-on-3 in the community center. Bocce, they just put 2 brand new courts in there. We used them last year.
That's on the side of the...
Right on the side of the community
center.
center.
That's right.
Billiards,
previously, it had been at Warren Park, correct?
Yeah, Bocce has been in Warren Park, the county park. Billiards, which is close to myself and Frank. It's right.
Two of the leaders of the Woodbridge
Senior Club.
Billiard Club. And they're good, right? You guys are good.
And you participate a lot,
I
too.
participate, but no one would call me good.
no, but you do have fun.
I have fun.
Exactly.
I do.
And that's done right at the community center. Then we have bowling right down the street at the
Right,
Woodbridge bowling alley. Cycling right at the which is going to be Boscov's parking lot,
Okay.
which is Woodbridge Mall.
And they're committed to participating?
Yes, yeah.
Do they know it yet?
They
No.
know that we're going to use their property or their land there, yes.
Kidding.
Cycling and darts is done right at the community center.
Right.
Fencing is done right at Woodbridge High School, right in the, this year we're going to do it in the cafeteria area.
Really?
Because it's air conditioned in there.
Okay.
So we're going to do it in fencing there. Golf, boy, right at the Colonia Country Club.
Wow, that's
We-
the first time, right?
First time,
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. And they're even going to have a breakfast and a lunch for the people.
That's nice.
That means a Woodbridge resident will only pay $45 with green fee to play. And that's 18 holes of golf
Wow, that's
because they get the discount, okay? Horseshoes will be right here at the community center. Miniature golf, the Skyline Mini Golf Course, right behind the community center. We introduced miniature golf last year, and we're going to bring
How
it back
was that?
this
Was it
year.
a success?
It was good. It was
Yeah.
very good.
That's a challenging course, too,
Yes,
for
it
anybody
is.
who has not played at the Skyline
Yeah.
course. It is not an easy course. It's hilly.
Right.
The holes are tricky,
Yep.
and it's a challenge.
Well put together,
Yeah.
too. Very nice. Pickleball, we just bought that here last
Now,
year.
go ahead. You got to tell us what pickleball is.
Yeah, unbelievable. That Warren Park will be.
Is that like a food eating thing? What's pickleball?
Pickleball with a paddle and a wiffle ball. And when Frank and I saw that, and it's
How big is the paddle?
paddle's a little larger than a table tennis paddle.
Oh, okay.
A little larger.
And then what do you hit it over a net?
Over a net, just like tennis.
And how high is the net?
The net is not probably a couple of feet, 2 or 3
Oh, so
feet.
it's like a tennis net.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah.
like a volleyball
no,
net?
No,
or...
no, it's low. You know?
Okay.
Racquetball right at the club, which is great to us.
Right.
The
Yeah,
Sapola
club, tremendous.
brothers are
Yep.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
And
great corporate partners.
right, swimming right at the community center, table tennis at Woodbridge High School in the gym, team softball at Warren Park, tennis right across the street at the club, track and field, a beautiful track and field right at Woodbridge High School, and that is all our venues this year.
Frank, what days is it going to be this year? It's always on a weekend in September, right?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's the September 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Okay.
And we always try to have it around that time of the year because the athletes that participate in the nationals, when they come back at the end of August, well, they come right into our Olympics.
Now, every other year is a qualifying year for the National Olympics, correct?
That's correct,
Is this
yeah.
a qualifying year or not?
Not this year, but
Okay.
last year it was, and that's why anyone that won a gold or silver medal in the Olympics in Woodbridge, they qualified to go to the nationals.
I qualify?
Yes, you did. If you won a gold or a silver, you could.
I don't remember the team
only-
calling me up and saying,
Well,
let's go.
When you said qualified, unfortunately, billiards is not classified
Okay.
a national. We're trying to get it to be a
Yeah.
nationals, but it's not
No.
not qualified at this point.
How many athletes do you anticipate for this year?
This year, because it's not a qualifying year, upwards of 700, maybe 800.
Really?
Yeah, on a qualifying year, we're way over 1,000.
Really?
Yes.
Last year we did.
And how much does it cost to participate? Or,
Well, right now it went up to $30. And why? Because the Nationals is actually doing our website this year.
okay.
And we're on the website for the first time. You could register on the website, but the Woodbridge residents will get a $25 discount. That means
So
they'll
it's
pay
$5?
$5 for
Wow.
three sporting events, plus a collared T-shirt, like a T-shirt that they'll get free. But that's a great deal.
That is a great deal. How do you do that? How do you?
Well, I was just
that
going to
happen.
say, the reason we can do that and give it to the discount to our Woodbridge residents, because we have sponsors that are so into it with us, and their sponsorship, it's just what we go out and we solicit the sponsors, and this is how we can do it.
How many
with their
sponsors-
donations and.
How many sponsors do you have?
We have probably about 20 sponsors, but the big ones is Horizon,
Okay.
Qualcare, and Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, really?
Very, very.
When you say big, they do something? They
Well,
underwrite
Horizon
the
just
largest-
came on board last year, which they really gave us a lot, and they really supported the Olympics for the first year.
Okay.
J&J's been with us, this is 7th year,
seventh
and Qual
year.
Care's been with us 7 years.
Yes.
Now,
At this
for,
point.
for folks at home who may not be familiar with this, the competitions, there's men's and women's categories, right?
Yes.
And then the competition groups are broken into 5-year periods, right? So it's
Yeah.
5-year
what's the
increments.
youngest you can be to put
50 to 54.
50.
Yeah.
So 50 to 54, 55 to 59,
Yes.
et cetera,
Right.
right? And this will attract people from all over the state, won't it?
Absolutely.
And how about beyond?
Beyond the state, because New Jersey is an open state,
Open state.
What does
which
that mean?
means anyone can participate in order to qualify to go to nationals. They can
Oh,
come
okay.
into New Jersey, and that's how we get quite a
That's why you
large
get over
number.
1,000. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how it works to qualify.
Now, how do you said you added miniature golf. How do you add event? How do you figure out which events to include?
Frank-
I mean, do you ever drop an event?
No, we don't
No.
drop them. Frank and I get together with Mike Garamella, and we saw an opportunity with a beautiful miniature golf course there. Right with everything else. And Mike supported that, and he brought it to the committee of the Olympics, and they said, go ahead and do it. It's the first time it's been done.
Uh-huh.
And we introduced it here in Woodbridge.
Now, do
Right.
either one of you guys play miniature golf?
Yeah, I played the miniature
Yeah,
golf.
Yeah, we did.
Who
We had a
won?
lot of fun doing it.
Now, you're not
too.
in the same age category?
No.
No,
Yeah.
that's good though,
That's right. Yeah.
because he's better in
That's it.
some things than
That'd
I
be
am.
the end of the Senior Olympics here
No.
in Woodbridge. You also get a healthy dose of volunteers
Oh,
who make this really successful. Frank, talk about
Yeah,
who
well,
volunteers.
we have a volunteer coordinator, Sheila Carosa,
Mm-hmm.
and she does a fantastic job.
Right.
She gets them from all the high schools, and they come in from Rutgers University.
Really?
Oh, yes, yeah. We get upwards, maybe a couple of hundred volunteers, which we really need.
And what do they do? What do the volunteers do, Pat?
Well, but basically, there for every sporting event we have, Sheila spreads them out throughout the facilities in Woodbridge. She puts so many at each place. She has it down pat. She
Oh,
does
yeah,
a great
right.
job with it. And that's what they do. They just go on there and they'll participate or get involved with track and field. And they assist the seniors. They work so close together.
Really?
You see these young kids out there with the seniors, and they love doing it. They love helping them.
Now, who officiates the events? I mean, are professional officials,
Yeah,
for
we
lack
do
of a
have
better phrase?
coordinators that do each venue.
Right.
We have umpires that come in from baseball, softball.
Okay.
And we have umpires that come in for 3-on-3 basketball. Also at the track and field. These are all officials that are very well versed in the sport.
How long does it take to put something like this together? It's got to be a massive undertaking, right?
We get started probably by March,
Oh, really?
February and March, and we work right up until September.
I thought you were going to tell me you got started in the October.
Now, you know what it is?
Oh, no.
Well, you've been doing it you're pros now, right?
That's in the beginning, we probably spent a lot more time, but
Yeah.
right now, we have our committee and the great volunteers that make this event successful. Frank and I just we get the credit for it, but there's so many people involved.
How many people do you think are involved? I mean, we know there are 200 people who show up, but are there more people like that on the committee that?
What about
Well,
15 people? so
I
far.
have a list of 22 people.
Wow.
That we get in touch with, that certain things we need done, we contact them, they come to our meeting, and this is how we discuss it when things fall into place. But that's, we have a terrific committee, and we started out with, I think maybe about 10 or 12, and now we're up to somewhere like 22
Wow.
people on the committee.
But the support from the township is unbelievable,
Really?
really. The parks people.
Oh, yeah, the park
how
department of
they
Public Works.
support us with the bocce courts, the horseshoe pits, and so forth.
Right.
Even taping. There's a lot of taping when we do the pickleball. They're done on tennis courts.
Oh, yeah.
And they have to tape it.
Or tape out the lines and stuff
Tape
like
out the
that?
lines. They're there for us all
I
the
thought
time.
you were talking about taping like we do here at Channel 35, because Channel 35 routinely covers
Yes.
all of the events,
Right.
right?
That's true. That's true.
How many people at any one time are participating? Is it are the events staggered so that people can?
Yeah, what we
compete
try
in
to
most?
do is we try to accommodate them, but they're really on their own,
Right.
so they don't have any conflict of the events that day. We start events on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We kind of spread them out,
Right.
and they kind of know what's going with each other. They kind of avoid staying with something that might be a conflict, but they're on their own with that. you know.
Now, what time does it start? It starts with an opening ceremony, correct?
That's Saturday.
That's Saturday the 6th?
That's 10 a.m. Saturday. That's our opening ceremony.
And that'll be where?
That'll be at the community center like we do. We have the colored guard that comes in. We have the bagpiper that comes in. And it's quite a nice event to kick off the Olympics.
And then
we
once,
have,
I'm sorry, go ahead. Frank.
and then we have the torch.
Right.
That
Torch
is always a good feature.
Yeah. Now, once it gets going, it is just a constant buzz of activity, right?
Yes.
Because people are going, they're competing, there's athletes coming in and out all
Yeah.
over the place. How do you keep it all straight, Pat?
Well, what you have basically, we have people assigned to each area as far as the coordinators that are taking care of this, and they keep an eye on how the event is going,
Right.
and they record what they're doing also, because we give medals out that same day.
Right.
So really the volunteers play a big part.
So long days for you guys, right?
Yeah, very
Yes.
long.
You'll start when?
Yeah,
And-
well, we start early in the morning.
Yeah.
And
you'll
like
end.
Sunday, where we start the bicycle, that starts at like 7 a.m.
Yeah, because they try to
So-
use the parking lot before.
Before they-
Yeah,
the
before the
Before the mall
shoppers
opens up,
come in.
yeah.
So, and there's it's a neat place to be around, right? Because there's a lot of activity, and how do you find time to compete?
Well, that's how we coordinate it. So,
No, okay.
when we're doing this, we say, okay, these are the events we're going to do, and we try to coordinate it where it's, it's not going to interfere with if they were ever needed at any of the venues.
Yeah.
We're pretty free.
Now, do you get out to see the other venues?
We try to get out there too, yes. We try to get around, especially, yeah. Because people that we talk to on the phone, and people we met all over the state, Craig, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable. They like to see us. We like to see them. So
That's
we try
nice.
to get around,
Yeah,
Frank and I.
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
a terrific event, and there are some very, very good athletes in these
there is.
competitions. I've seen, well, as part of the Channel 35 crew, we covered a couple of basketball games in a few years gone by, and folks are not as young as they once were, but they're still very athletic and very skilled, and 50 is the new 30, right? I mean, you're not old. I'm 55, so I know at 50 is not old. In fact, I know 55 is old. I move up into a different category this year.
That's right. I'm just going to
Oh,
say
that's
that.
more competition.
55 to 59.
There we go.
You'll be with
But you know what amazes me, though, right? A lot of the athletes that come in,
Yeah.
they've played maybe high school ball
Right.
at some point.
Right.
And they were never in contact after high school. You kind of lose in touch. They go to college, different colleges, and here they get a chance to see one another, and that's competing again.
Right.
And it just, Pat and I, we see this happening, and they're reacquainting again with their old friends,
Right.
which is a joy for us to see that. Yeah.
It is, and it's quite an event.
Yes, it is.
Thanks for doing that, and thanks for doing a great job. My guests have been Frank St. Marie and Pat Trombetta. They are the driving forces behind the Woodbridge Township efforts to host the Senior Olympics. We're going to do it again this year for the seventh consecutive year. They'll take place. The opening ceremonies are on September the 6th at
7.
I'm sorry, September the 7th at 10 o'clock, right?
10
o'clock
a.m.
in the morning. Get involved, $5 to participate in 3 sports,
shirt.
right? And a shirt. And you get the T-shirt. So it's worth it. Gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. We're going to leave you now with a preview of some of the things that you'll get to see or participate in if you take part in the Senior Olympics this year. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you the next time we go about the town.
The 2013 New Jersey Senior Olympics take place September 6th, 7th, and 8th. Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield is the presenting sponsor of the New Jersey Senior Olympic Games in Woodbridge Township.
The Senior Olympics is an Olympic-style sporting event for senior citizens.
It's a chance for me to relive a little bit of my youth.
I enjoy competition. I've been bowling and competing in a lot of sports all my life, so just keeping it going.
I love being in the game, part of the bigger thing, and I think everybody here is a winner.
The Senior Olympics is a great way to get out, have a good time, meet a lot of new people, enjoy your activity.
It was one of the most uplifting, rewarding experiences because it challenges you.
This is a blast. It gives me a reason to work out all year long.
You've probably done something in high school or in college. Pick one or two activities that you think you'd be good at. Come down here and you'll have a wonderful time.
Any senior can get involved. It can be somebody who's athletically fit, somebody who wants to get athletically fit, someone who just likes horseshoes, someone who just likes bocce or darts. You can do cycling, you can do swimming, you can do tennis and racquetball, track and field. There's all different levels.
Senior Olympics is good because there are a lot of different activities and sports that are involved, and they're all lifetime sports.
To see people in their 80s and 90s and people who've never run before and just to get out here and give it their best, just so exciting to be here.
Come out and run, stretch, jump, develop friendships, be out and exercise. Enjoy that.
We're looking for all types of seniors, whether they're athletes or not. And we have very competitive events and we have very relaxing, leisurely events.
There's a plethora of opportunities for everybody of all ages and of all physical abilities.
I think it's very competitive, to tell you the truth, but low key.
I don't feel like this is really a cutthroat type of situation. It's just a bunch of friends bowling, trying to do well.
There's a lot of competition, but it's also fun.
If you don't feel like you can participate in this thing, come and watch, support the other seniors that are out here, and then gradually get involved in this thing.
You don't feel intimidated, and no matter what level you're capable of performing at, you're welcome here, and there's a chance for you to win a medal.
I met a lady, she says, I won 3 gold medals yesterday, right? I didn't think a whole lot of it until she announced that she was 90 years old. There's something here for every age group.
What's really neat is it's in 5-year increments. So you're competing against basically your peers as you get older.
And that's great when you get to be older, that you can actually get into an event, a sporting event, where you're actually competing against people the same age as you, and it brings a lot of camaraderie, a lot of sportsmanship.
Instead of watching television all day for 10, 12 hours, come out here and participate. You may or may not win, but it's fun. Everybody is just so friendly, and that's the greatest thing going.
People meet a lot of friends here, and they really enjoy themselves.
Don't be shy, okay? Because I started out the same way, and believe me, the people out there are wonderful.
I've met more nice people through these senior competitions than anyone has a right to meet.
I honestly believe it improves the quality of life for senior citizens.
It's been one of the best things that happened so far for me, for health-wise as well as everything else.
A lot of people our age got canes and sitting in wheelchairs, and we're still moving.
It's a way to get people to think about getting in shape. And that's the most important thing. We want people to think about athletics, think about fitness, think about wellness, think about health. And the way to do that is to get involved in something like the Senior Olympics.
If you're competing in something, it makes you exercise and stay in shape.
As we get older and older, you need that incentive to get up, to eat right, to train, to live a good lifestyle.
I think about it all the time because I really would like to compete in National Olympics as well.
You win not just on the day that you compete, you win every day when you're out there trying and training. This is a finishing point. This is a point of helping you, inspire you each and every day.
I'm 89, and hopefully I'll be in shape to start running in the 90 to 100 age group.
All my chairmen who run our events are volunteers.
The volunteers will do everything to help you.
I heard about it and I thought it would be fun to interact with some of the community seniors.
We had kids last year serving water to the runners, and we had kids working in the swimming pool and the timing, you name it, the kids were involved in helping. And that was great that the high school kids could get involved with the seniors. It's 2 completely different generations.
You'll get basketball players. They're still playing, they're 70 years old, and you see these high school kids, these guys are still playing after that, and they're pretty good.
The younger generation can watch us and act because we're just as strong and good as they are.
This year, more events than ever are being held at the community center.
We're trying to make it as convenient as we can for the participants. This year we're going to put in the horseshoes at the community center along with bocce.
The Skyline Golf Course, located on site behind the community center, is wheelchair accessible and is an exciting new addition to the games.
Pickleball will be in the Senior Olympics. It's just so exciting to be able to show this sport to so many people. Well, pickleball is like extreme ping pong. It's a very social sport. People just line up and chat with each other while they're waiting to play their next game. Come down to Woodbridge and try it. We'll have some extra paddles.
There's a lot of work involved in putting the Senior Olympics together. We need softball fields, bowling alleys, swimming pools, tennis courts, racquetball courts. You have to find all those. And fortunately, all those are in Woodbridge.
The people that are in charge with it, they're running an excellent event. Really, we have everything we need here.
It's an event that really is done for the seniors of our town and for all the towns in the state of New Jersey.
Woodbridge has been a great venue, and I'm really glad that they moved up here.
I think that senior citizens should get involved because the fact that they're meeting other senior citizens where normally they'd be sitting around watching TV, and if they get involved with people in their same age group, and they make new friends.
If you take part in a sport, do come and take part in the Senior Olympics. It's a fabulous feeling.
And I hope that when I'm 90, I can be here because the thrill of it all and the support that we get from the staff and everyone that's out here just really makes you want to come back and just give it your best.
The 2013 New Jersey Senior Olympics take place in Woodbridge, New Jersey, September 6th, 7th, and 8th. Registration ends August 23rd. For more information, call 973-618-1111 or visit njseniorolympics.com.